Howdy guys, and welcome to what I believe is the second episode of the AVcon review podcast this year. We did one about a week and a bit ago, and it was just an audio one. I was going to do a bit of visual, but it turns out video editing is really hard. Who would have thought that? But I'm here with two awesome people from the review. Today we have Susie and we have Aaron, both two awesome people.
Aww,
you can't say hi, by the way. You can be like, hi.
Hi.
Hello, my dearest fans. Hearts. And yeah, by the way, hearts to everyone. Big love hearts to all of you guys that are tuning in, that see the recording. I'll, fingers crossed, get an audio done as well. Probably after it'll be the other way around, be video then audio, which would be really cool so you can take this around. Just give you a bit of a heads up. It's going to be about... We're looking at trying to go for about half an hour, maybe a bit less, maybe a bit more. So you have some sort of idea of what to expect. But pretty much, I think our first point of business was, and both myself and Susie went to, was the AVcon Prom. And it was like a really, really sick event. Especially Susie's outfit, by the way. That was sick!
Thanks, I felt a little bit underdressed. Whoops. But I enjoyed it. I had fun. Though not much dancing to be had in said outfit.
Not much dancing. Well, you were busy drinking. I wasn't. I was. Well, actually, we were both chilling. That was really, really cool.
Yeah.
Actually, Aaron, have you seen any of the costumes?
Yeah. Oh my god, some of the costumes were amazing.
Yeah.
It was really nice to see a lot of people's take on formal attire for costumes as well.
I know, right?
Probably the best
man.
was the Snorlax in the
Yes,
the
the
hat.
Snorlax was amazing.
We had a lot of Naruto characters and some really nice Adventure Time stuff. Yeah, lots of really cool costumes there as well.
Actually, if anyone that did go, there was a Sakura and Sasuke date couple there as well. Is that the girl that plays Sasuke at AVcon every year? That went? Is that Sasuke? I can't remember because I think it might
I'm not sure if it was Sass. I don't think it was him.
I'm not sure. I know I see like a Sasuke every year at AVcon, and it generally seems to be the same person. They pull it off really well. It looks freaking amazing, but it's just like, huh. It would have been better to see maybe a Naruto Hinata couple, I think.
That would have been cute.
I think that would have been
there
a bit
was
more fitting.
I thought there was a Naruto there, but I could have been wrong. I think it was his dad.
There was someone was wearing Minato's cape, but they weren't. I don't know if they were cosplayed as him. Yeah. But yeah, there was some pretty cool photography. So
yeah, Mark did and the rest of the photographers did a really, really good job of taking photos. So thank you guys. Thank you to all the photographers that came on the weekend, and obviously thanks to AVcon for hosting the event, and the German club for letting us party there. So
yeah, actually their food was really nice. So anyone that didn't go to the prom was like, well, German club, that sounds boring. German food, like who would want to eat that? It's actually really good, guys. So by all means go there. I mean, it's pretty reasonably priced, and I reckon it's pretty good. So yeah, so just quickly, if you, I'm hoping that, fingers crossed, everything's worked. I'm actually going to try and have this okay, so I'm going to point this way. So guys, if you've ever tried to point on webcam to somewhere on the screen, it's always the opposite direction to the opposite of what you think it is. So you're trying to point to the left, and you point to the left, and it points to the right on screen. It's like, what the hell? Anyway, I've got this middle area on the screen that you can see, and we'll hopefully be able to put videos, pictures on there and all that. So I'm looking at doing that during the podcast. So if anything comes up, don't be like, oh my god! No, it's okay, guys. It's just
well, there's been some really good AVcon pictures, so maybe we should put some just some people up, like maybe a whole crowd group of people dancing.
Well, there's a lot of content from the prom, so a lot of that will be going up. Get to show everyone the sick cosplayers and even some of the stuff that's happening. But yeah, so bit of a summary of the costumes will go over there. That'll be super, super sick. I think Dustin did the right thing like he does every year and makes an absolute right. So he entertains everyone. That's the one. He entertains everyone. Doesn't do the other one. He entertains everyone with the
entertainer. Yes.
That was.
Poor Aaron didn't go.
Oh no, you missed out, Aaron. You really... Yeah, so guys, if next year, if you're over 18 or over, and we have the same event again, which I believe it's going to go ahead anyway. I mean, why not? I think it's a pretty successful thing, and it's a bit of like a before party for everyone that wants to go to AVcon, especially when you're a bit over 18 and you want to be with that over 18 scene. Go to it. It's good. Everyone has a drink, catches up, has a great time. Everyone's really friendly. And everyone's dressed really awesome. Like, you go in the German club, it's this traditional German restaurant. You go upstairs, and everyone's just like, what?
Yeah.
You've gone from the German club to space aliens. Something along those lines. I think some of the elderly couples in there were a bit sort of surprised.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Isn't everyone surprised when cons come to whatever city they're in?
I know.
Lots of people in cosplay, and the sheer amount of people who do not know what is going on.
It's hilarious. Oh man, I know one year my partner and myself, she went as Princess Peach, and we're walking down and we had like the workers whistling at us and all that. That was great. she's giving me this look at the minute. But no, it was really good. Like, everyone really sort of embraced. They either sort of don't understand it or they really embrace it, which I think is really cool. So you either get the weird looks or you get the, oh my god, you're awesome. What the hell are you doing though? You look like a freak. But it's cool.
Yeah.
So anyway, one thing we were sort of chatting about before, I don't know, Aaron was just playing before, Gears of War. And it... Rage comments incoming, guys. Rage comments.
Gears of War.
Gears of War.
Should I just let you two take over you fanboys?
To be
Gears
fair,
of War.
he was playing the first one, so it's not really an up-to-date topic of Gears of War, but it is a fucking great game. Pardon my language.
Bleep that out.
Yeah, okay. Guys, if it doesn't get bleeped out, and it might not, to anyone viewing, I do apologise. This has become an M-rated video, if that's the case. Whoopsie. It's okay, guys, I do apologise, but it is without meaning, because it is a... Well, okay, personally, I haven't played it, and I do apologise for that, but I've got that many games, it's ridiculous. I can't play through them all. And it also should be noted that I'm not a console person.
Yeah.
Really
I wasn't actually meant to be talking about games I'm currently playing.
But
I'm meant to actually be talking about games I'm looking forward to. And like the two of them that I'm going to talk about today is Watch Dogs and Thief.
both amazing games, by the way.
Wow. Watch Dogs. Watch it.
Yes.
Watch
Yes.
the trailer.
Yeah. It was announced last year at E3, which is only a week from today. Wow. And it's a open world game, so free roaming game, in the same vein as GTA, Saints Row, etc.
Very Assassin's Creed at the same time, though.
Yeah. Actually, I think. Yeah. Sorry. I'm gonna be a butt here. I reckon a good way to describe it would be it's a free roam game. I suppose it's sort of a mixture between GTA and Assassin's Creed, because GTA was just sort of going around killing, but this is much more technical. Than just like there's so much more depth.
The biggest in-depth thing about this game, though, is it's actually built on the concept of information warfare. You're not just a guy who walks around, shoots things, or climbs up buildings and assassinates people. You're a guy who has a super high-tech device, and you can hack into pretty much everything around you. Mobile phones, ATMs, cameras. You can do things on the fly, so you can be chasing a bad guy and you can blow up a breaker box in front of him. Or in the video they show you're running from the police and he pops up the pop-up barriers in the roads and police cars crash into them, and it's completely on the fly. And there's so much potential for this game. It's actually been described as a fists and wits game.
Which, if you watch the trailer, makes a lot of sense, because as I was sort of looking into the game, there's not a very solid, it's not a Rails game, like it's open world, and there's a tiny bit of some backstory, like world-wise, but there's not a set, like, you're this person, he's the bad guy, go get him. It's more like walk around the world and hack into everything you can and get as much information. And
yeah, it's a very dynamic game. There's no linear storyline. There is a storyline to be found about the protagonist you play as, but it's not a storyline that you move from main mission to main mission. It's a series of side missions that you complete to find out more about yourself.
I didn't know that bit. I actually didn't know that bit. All I knew was that you could kill people in grotesque and awesome ways and randomly, and it'd be awesome. And the whole, I think the biggest thing I'm looking forward to is just the whole chaos that you can release in the game itself.
Yeah.
Everything. I believe everything's not random. Everything sort of acts for itself. So just because you've done the same thing, like normally you play a game, you go, okay, I know the level's like this, so if I do this, I'll get back to the point where I died and I can get further. But this is sort of like, well, I'll do this, and everyone just reacted differently, and now I'm in some other neck of the woods where I have no idea what to do, and I think that's going to be the sickest thing to come out, I reckon.
Yeah, very much looking forward to it. Like, wow.
Yeah.
The other game, go on.
Yeah, I was going to say here, but how about Thief? Because I've been like, you told me about this the other day, and I'm like, oh my god, what, they're doing a remake of Thief? I'm like, oh,
so yeah,
fanboy.
I never played Thief. Never played it before.
You must play it.
Yes, you must. You must.
Bit of backstory for those who haven't played the franchise before.
Yes,
give us a bit of a backstory.
Alright, so Thief is basically it's one of the forefront pioneers in stealth gameplay for all games in general. Thief started off with the first Thief game. There's a second and a third Thief game. The third Thief game is very much graphically pretty for its age.
Who's developing it?
But currently developing the new reboot of Thief is Eidos Montreal, and it will be published by Square Enix.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that could be interesting. That could be really interesting.
It's currently in its fourth year of development. It was announced in 2009 as Thief 4, but it has since changed from Thief 4 to a complete reboot of the Thief franchise.
Ah.
What consoles will it be available on?
Next generation consoles.
Next generation.
Oh, as long as it's on PC, I'll be happy. PC.
It's definitely on PC. And if I'm not mistaken, it's also planned to be released on 360 and PS3.
Oh, cool.
Awesome.
Nice.
That would be nice.
That's the same with Watch Dogs that I could see. It's
Yeah.
they would because I'm an Xbox gamer and a PC gamer. They would showing Xbox 360 and Xbox One as well. So
Yeah.
The Watch Dogs is due, I think, in November of this year. Thief is due at some point in 2014, so next year.
Oh, too long.
Yeah.
I'm really disappointed now.
One of the really good things about Thief is they've actually considered the idea of adding in an Assassin's Creed style climbing gameplay element.
That would be cool.
Thief.
Yeah.
And so the new Thief looks a lot like Dishonored, which is a lot gameplay style wise like the original Thieves.
Yeah, that.
Because I looked it up a little bit, and apparently it's very steampunky. Is this true?
Very much so.
Yeah.
It's really steampunky and Victorian.
Oh, I love steampunk.
Really pretty.
One of my favourite themes, actually. It's just sick.
It's got a lot of dynamic lighting for its era. Stealth in it is amazing. Like
first or single.
First or third person.
Yeah.
You can play in first and third person.
Oh, cool! That's a good start.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. I know a lot of people want to cut out being able to play in third person.
That's problematic for me because I can't really play first person. I start to get really motion sickness after the first half hour. I love playing Borderlands, but I can only play it for an hour max. That's it. Otherwise, I feel really just blah.
I'm really hoping they keep in the third person because third person games, they're a different gameplay style to first person.
Yeah.
You can have someone who's great at first person games. They might not be as good at third person games, and vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a fair enough statement. completely agree with that.
Getting back to Watch Dogs, something I thought that was interesting because I read up a little bit. I was watching. I've seen the trailers and everything like that. You're really excited about it. I'm not too sure because there's not. Like I'm looking at it and I'm like, there's not a lot of draw. I guess I haven't been drawn into like what's actually happening with it yet, and I'm sure there'll be more information at next week's E3. But at the moment, I'm sort of just like, maybe not. I'm not 100% sold on it yet.
I think that all they have actually showcased like not really much of the story at all. Like we know it's about information warfare. That's really about it from what I've seen. I mean, someone else might have seen more, but this is from what I've seen. But what they have showcased is what the game's capable of. So I think within the next few, like for example E3, I reckon that we might get something at PAX, because that wouldn't surprise me either. But I reckon either of those two, or even something a bit later, we're going to see some story mechanics as well. And I think that's going to be the deal breaker, because everyone's really excited for how the game's going to function, but we haven't had anything in terms of, well, you know, like the game's going to be cool and all, but is it actually going to have a story? Because that's going to be the deal breaker. You can have a cool game with the greatest mechanics in the world, but if it's not enticing, you're not going to play it.
Yeah, makes sense. E3 will probably be, if they reveal a lot about that, it'll be at E3. We should be a year from when they announced it. And that's a really nice thing mathematically. Another wonderful thing that the lead developer has spoken about is the potential for high-end systems, like PC systems, to actually have a lot higher-end graphical ideas. It's set in a Chicago-based city.
Yeah.
One of the developers has actually mentioned that he would love to put in a dynamic wind element.
Yeah.
Which is, wow, mind.
We actually touched on that, I think, last week as well, and I was like, oh my god, they're going to be doing this and this. I think that's going to be sweet, but I reckon they could go too far, I reckon, with all these features. I mean, it's nice, all these things, but it's going to make the game so hard. Like, just all this randomness and the ability that anything can happen, even with like the best intentions. I mean, games are predictable, but I think once they start becoming a bit more unpredictable like that, the skill difficulty just goes up a lot. But again, I suppose if it's adults playing it, I suppose rather than you know what, I'm not going to play the story. I'm just going to see what sort of chaos I can cause and what the hell everyone's going to do. That would be cool. I think that might be the most common thing.
Everyone's done that in GTA at one point or another.
Yeah.
All right, I reckon. Actually, who here has played GTA and followed the road rules just for shits and giggles? Yeah, it's like the tour bus. Like GTA 4. I'm bored. I'm actually just going to drive.
Yeah.
You actually, just quickly, you know what would be cool is if they had GTA. You know what? You go for your driving test. You go, okay, you're here. We're going to test you for your full license, and then you get a virtual simulator of GTA 4 with a steering wheel, and off you go. And you're not to crash the car. And there's lunatics going everywhere, and you've got to like not dent your car. And if you get a scratch on it, you don't get your license.
It sounds like you're talking like an element that was in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
Yeah, I know, right? Actually, yeah. A new update to that, your driving test is a virtual one, and you've got to pass the driving test in San Andreas, where you've got to do the two-wheelers and the flips and the pit maneuvers and the handbrakies, power slides. Yeah. I reckon that sounds pretty sweet.
Because we're hitting about the half hour mark. Pretty close.
Yeah,
I was gonna have a bit of a talk about the new Venture Brothers series.
Go on. Dig in, help yourself.
I just realised I totally didn't watch it. I watched something else, which was like a Halloween episode. It had a TF2 trailer with it, which is cool. Don't get me wrong, right. But I just realised that with the first episode, which is What Colour Is Your Clean Suit, I actually haven't seen it, so I won't be talking about it just Yeah.
That's all right. We can bring that back next week. But actually, one thing I did want to touch on, and it's something I'm really, really keen for. I've watched the trailers on YouTube now. Actually, and I was really surprised that you guys didn't hear of this, and I think it was yesterday I told you about it. But the new DragonBallZ movie.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know if anyone's watching this has heard of it, or they're watching and go, "Yeah, I know about this. This is common knowledge." What are you going on about? Well, I don't think it's as common knowledge as everyone knows, but DragonBallZ, the developers, I can't remember who's come out with it. I think it's still the original studio. I'm not entirely sure. But they have developed and released, and it actually was released on the 30th of May in Japan. It's called DragonBallZ Battle of Gods. I believe it's called Battle of Gods, Battle of the Gods, one or the other. I'll actually get a clip playing here, and that's the original trailer, and it looks sick. Unfortunately, the only thing that I'm like a bit not miffed, I'm just like, yeah, typical, is how they all get like a new power level. Like Goku goes, oh, well, we've had Super Saiyan 1, Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan 3. Let's give him another level. And that, by the way, that's in the clip too. You can actually go look that up. It's not like it's, oh my god, no, it's not spoilers at all. But from what I can gather, they've got most of the original cast back. I believe the only one of the few they didn't get back is Gohan. But I think they got the one from the DBZ Kai series and not the original DBZ series. So I'm not 100% sure on the voice actors, but I believe all the Japanese voice actors, aside from Gohan, are the originals. For English, I'm not sure now. It hasn't been dubbed. The English
voice actor for Goku is the funniest guy I've ever spoken to. I ran into him at one of the Comic Cons 2012, I think, and while I was working there, it was hilarious. He picked up a Goku statue that had some crazy like pattern on it, and he just starts talking in like Goku's voice about how Chi-Chi like bought him this t-shirt. He doesn't want to wear it, but Chi-Chi makes him, and I'm like,
that's awesome.
It was hilarious. He was so funny.
That reminds me how
I was his tour guide.
Oh, were you?
Part of that, yeah.
Oh, that's sick.
Inside the con.
Yep.
And I'm not a big DBZ fan. So when he was doing his masterclass session, I was sitting outside, and just when he did his Kamehameha, it was really loud. I just heard everyone in there doing it as well. It was just, wow. It was so funny.
That's awesome. So I actually can't wait for that to be released in English. I believe that it was the DVD release on the 30th. I think it's already been out in the cinemas, and Japan generally have a very, very good control on light cameras. So if you're looking for a full version, you're probably not going to have very much of a chance. If you can, by all means, go for it, watch it, but don't spoil it for the rest of us that are going to wait. I'm, fingers crossed, going to wait for the full release and not try to be naughty, because I can never help myself, but, you know, I really do want to watch it, so... But along with that, I did hear somewhere down the grapevine. Now this, as far as I'm aware, is a rumour until someone can prove it. So if someone posts in the comments and goes, oh my god, yes, I've heard the same thing, super awesome. But I believe there is a slight chance they might bring DragonBallZ back for another series. There is a very slight chance, depending on how well the movie is received in Japan. And
how long has it been not a series for? I thought it was still going.
DragonBallZ ended a long time ago.
That's right, because there's Dragon Ball.
So there was Dragon Ball, which is like back in the heyday. Then they had DragonBallZ. Then they came out with, I can't remember. Oh, you know what? Okay, I'm not like the biggest like timeline nerd when it comes to DragonBallZ, so my dates are might be a bit mixed up. But I believe they did DragonBallZ. Then they did DragonBallZ Kai, where they remastered. They sort of remastered it, but they took out all the gore and the blood. So if you're not watching the Japanese version of it, you miss out on you miss out on the blood, because, you know, the Japanese love blood going everywhere. Apparently that's their thing. That's what they do. And then they brought out Dragon Ball GT.
Yeah, GT.
And now GT isn't canon, so anything that happens in that series you can disregard. It just doesn't count.
Yeah, see, I thought it was still going, so I didn't realise it had stopped.
No, so, so as far as I'm aware, GT isn't considered canon. stuff happens, and it sort of like brings the game, oh my god, the anime to a nice ending. But yeah, so not canon. Dragon Ball Z Kai is, and that's just Dragon Ball Z but a bit remastered. So I believe this is coming after Dragon Ball Z Kai, where so everyone's sort of the same age. So Gohan's a teenager, Trunks and Goten are young kids, I still believe. Still, I don't think they're grown up at all. And everyone still retains their powers from after Boo as well. So that will be really cool. It should be really interesting to see if they include Oob, the little... actually, I can't think of any way to make this sound without it making it sound racist, but the little black... They have a little black kid from like a... some really far off village, like he's from like a third world village where they have no technology, and he's come to fight, and he's the reincarnation of Boo, and that's at the end of Dragon Ball Z Kai. So that'll be interesting to see if they include him and the reincarnation of Boo itself. So Boo came back in his the human form, which was I think is his energy, and then his physical form, which is the big fat Margin Boo, the happy-go-lucky sort of like a dancing.
Have to rewatch everything.
Yeah. So that'll be interesting to see if they bring them back, but I reckon it's going to be a pretty sick thing if it comes back. So don't quote me on it, but there's a chance that it might, depending on it. And an even bigger fun fact, like, because someone did a bit of review on YouTube about, like, you know, are they going to release it over in America? And, well, I think America will be the first release place anyway, but are they going to release it overseas? And they were like, well, it depends on, like, you know, how well it's received in Japan and how well it does. And they talked about the production costs. Can you guess how much it costs them to produce this movie? From what I heard, can you have it take a gander at a fully animated movie?
No idea.
$750,000, not even $1 million.
Is that good?
That's good. That's insane. Like, that's and the animation is sick. Like, it's top notch, and that's like nothing. I mean, that's $750,000. If you have like a casual day at the box office, so what does everything else normally get at the box office? They get a fair few views.
Well,
and
Hollywood movies make between like 100 million plus.
Yeah, and like how much money do they put into it? So if this does well, I mean, there's no reason why they shouldn't release it over here with dubs and all that, which would be sick. If they get the original voice actors, because that would be even better. That would be the bee's knees, I reckon. All right, well, I'm actually out. I think we might end it there. Otherwise, we're just gonna go on forever.
Yeah.
I was going to say, before we go, for anyone watching, AVcon Review's got some stuff to give away. So we're giving away some Metroid: The Last Light, I do believe.
Metroid: The Last Light.
Metroid.
I was wondering, like, wait, since when did...
You know that would be a great game.
Oh, hell yes.
Defiance as well. We've got some Dead Island t-shirts, Remember Me t-shirts. That's just come out, didn't it? Remember Me? Nobody? Somebody?
Sadly, I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I'm not sure at all.
I think it's still about to come out, like, very
well
soon.
Then. And some anime to give away as well. So keep an eye out, because we've got some good things.
Hopefully we'll get the okay to, you know, have a sort of a competition while we're doing the podcast as well, which would be cool. Apart from that, make sure you do follow the Facebook page. So it's just facebook.com/AVcon Review. And it's the same for Twitter. I believe it's just at AVcon Review. There's no underscores, no spaces, no fancy things in there. Yeah. So follow those. And I believe the AVcon Twitter is just at AVcon. Yeah. So if you're looking, you want to go, I want to win free stuff, go follow those. Got to follow those 3 things. Also, get on the AVcon Facebook page, not Facebook page, the AVcon web page, because it's only like, I think, 30 something days until AVcon's on, so there's not that many podcasts to go to it, but it's going to be really, really sick. Aside from that, we can do our own plugging, by the way. It's like, yes, plugging! I love plugging, guys. It's super awesome. But you can follow me at FlamgaSC2 on Twitter. I'm also on Facebook, facebook.com/Flamga. I actually stream as well, so if you ever... plugging! A very good reference. I do like that. But I also stream as well at twitch.tv/Flamgo. So if you're ever bored and you see on my Twitter, oh, he's streaming, yeah, come tune in. I do a bit of everything. It's not just StarCraft. Most of the time it is, but it could be graphics. It could be just random games. So yeah.
Cool. I'm Gears of Susie on Twitter. Can you tell I like Gears of War?
No, not at all. Not at all.
I am Suzanne's costume page on Facebook as well, which you can go like. I do costuming stuff, so check that out. I don't do streaming apart from this, so that's
it's like, yeah.
I'm refusing to be a man on Twitter, and yeah.
Yep.
Someone needs to Twitter more.
Yeah, I don't Twitter enough.
Yeah. I'll teach you. I've had to learn the hard way, but yeah. Yeah, guys, aside from that, tune in next week. I want to get this a consistent release, so hopefully we'll get released at the same time every time. If you have any comments, leave it on the chat below. If you want to ask us any questions, tweet us. We'll get them. Hopefully we'll be able to answer them. If you want to know anything about AVcon itself, if we get any details about AVcon as well, we're allowed to say. Which, by the way, I don't think I know anything that the public doesn't know, which is sad. I'd be like, I want to know top secret stuff, but I don't know if I'm allowed to know that. But if we get anything, we'll reveal it through here as well. So definitely tune in for that sort of stuff as well. But aside from that, guys, that's us three. We're going to sign off, and we will see you next week.
Cool. Have a good night, everybody. Catch us later.
Bye.
Love the fan.
Oh, hold on.
hang on. Kitty! Yes! I would get my dog, but I think everyone's seen him throughout the whole podcast, so... Alright, guys. Cheers.